I have known Suzanne, I guess, 8 years, 7 or 8 years now, and it's so great, obviously, her and Ronnie. And Ronnie's fantastic. I don't think he gets enough applause. He's the best. It's so great. I've been coming 8 years, I guess, to events, and it's great seeing I actually saw Brian's kids grow up. It's amazing. I think, yeah, they were all in high school when I met them. And Brian's probably my oldest friend. Where's Brian? Oh, he's right up front. Everyone know Brian? If you don't know Brian, I met Brian. Brian doesn't even remember. We met before the cancer kind of stuff. I actually met Brian out at a strip club. Let me tell you, this man can dance. He can. I wasted like half my paycheck on him. I'm a big tipper. And so if you haven't mentioned, check out Dying to Do Letterman, as Suzanne said, just so you know some of my other credits. I've been on late night TV, a bunch of The Late Show, Late Late Show. I actually wrote for Ellen for a while. I won an Emmy writing for Ellen. I've been to the Mideast a dozen times to perform for our troops. I've done all these amazing things, and now I'm here. More amazing things. Yeah, I called up my manager, said enough of this big TV stuff. I said, here's what I'm looking for now. I said, I want you to find the biggest cities across this country and then go about an hour and a half away from them. He said, okay, still big comedy club? I said, no, food court. Only food courts from this point on. That's all I want to perform at. Food courts only. And he said, okay, big Friday, Saturday show? I said, no, Sunday morning. Let's do Sunday morning. That's a big time. It's a big time for comedy. Let's do it then. He said, okay, but inside the food court, you want the usual stuff you would need, like stage, lighting. I said, of course, I'm going to need a stage. I want the stage to lift me up so high I might cut my head off on the fan. If I step too close, we'll just be beheaded at some point. If we could do that. Behind me, if you could have a movie screen, so that if people get bored, they're like, oh, if he's not funny, maybe we'll watch Jaws or something at some point. That would be fantastic. If we could have a clock on the wall that doesn't work, that would be great. Something everyone could stare at, that would be fantastic. Yes, and my manager called me up. He said, have you heard of the Cancer Retreat? Because they have every single thing you're looking for. So I'm happy to be here, and thank you guys for coming. Thanks for coming and laughing. This is what I love about it. Everyone's so nice, everyone's smiling and having fun, and of course, I think with hearing all the stories as well, we need a little laughter. There's nothing better than laughter to get you through everything, right? And everyone's so nice and smiling. That's what I love about these events. If you notice, in general, not here, but outside, people are not as friendly as they used to be. Some people are afraid of people they haven't met yet. I'll give you an example of what I talk about. A couple years ago, I was out at a bar, met this woman, we talked all night, flirted a little bit. End of the night came, I was like, hey, can I give you a ride home? She was like, yeah, I don't know. We just met. I was like, yeah, we've been talking for like 4 hours. What are you worried about? She's like, yeah, I just... I don't want to wake up in a ditch somewhere. I was like, what? I was like, don't be silly. You're not going to wake up. She thought it was funny as well. We've been married ever since. And yeah, that was a happy ending to that story. Wasn't that nice? Yeah. We actually just celebrated our anniversary. I'll tell you this. I think I love this woman more today than the day we got married. Yeah. God, she was a bitch that day. Oh, my God. Me, I do. All about her. Yeah. What's that? Oh, thank you. Excellent. Just as I said it, I was like, can we say bitch here? Can we say that? Okay, sure, why not, right? Except we have cancer. Who gives a shit at this point, right? We're worried about language. What do we got to lose, right? Exactly. Say amen, right? Exactly. That's it. Any married people? Married people? Oh, fantastic. The whole front, holy cow. That's almost not. That's the best kind. All right, that's right. Any single? Are there any single people here? Single people? Single people? Oh, yeah, of course. Let me get kids. Usually there's like an excited single person. Do you know those people, right? The married people, they're all like, woo, yes, that's what I'm saying. Like the waves, and yeah! Like it's a big accomplishment. Right? I'm not making funny. I was single for a long time, never excited about it. For me, it just meant that despite the fact that I was in my 30s, I still had to list my mother as the person to contact in case of an emergency. Nothing, woo. I don't even list my mother now, or my wife now, as the person to contact in case of emergency. Do you know what I'm talking about when you have to write down the application? Who should we call? I don't put her down. She is awful in emergency. She's terrible. Shit gets worse if she shows up. You do not want her. If it's this bad, it gets up to here when she comes. You have to call a whole new number, 1011. Be like, hey, remember I called before? It got worse. Send twice as many people now. I don't put her down. When they say that, when they say, who should we contact in case of emergency? I write down Bruce Willis. He's great in emergency. Have you seen the movies? Shit gets better when he shows up. It's fantastic. So much better. And think about it, like right now, if I had a heart attack here on stage, and then Suzanne looks at the paperwork, she's like, oh, he knows Bruce Willis. They're going to think I'm important, right? They're going to be like, do something, save him, kick him. And listen, I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, but I think legally, if I put him down, he's got to show up. I think that's how it works. I think he has to come. They call him up, they're like, hey, Steve Mazan's having a heart attack. He's like, I don't know him. He was doing Die Hard 9 or something, right? He's like, I don't know him. And he's like, doesn't matter, we put you down. You have to show up. Fly out to the flea market. Get the helicopter, land in the parking lot, get in here, help us out, make it happen. Make it happen. It's almost mostly women, right? This is so nice to be in a largely woman group. Listen, women, I don't like to brag, ladies, but I will tell you all that I am great in bed. I am. I can sleep like 10, 11 hours at a time. I am a natural. I will go all night. Into the next day if I have to. Long weekend, I will sleep in until the late afternoon and then a couple extra hours. Even if I am, how many people are from the South? Woo! South? I think the South has the most beautiful women in the entire country. Yes. And that's saying something because I think the United States of America has the most beautiful women in North America. And that's saying something because I think North America has the most beautiful women in the entire world. And I think planet Earth has the most beautiful women in the universe. Yeah. The stats back me up. We have won Miss Universe 54 times in a row. In a row. That is one hell of a streak we're on. We've never been beat. Take that, Mars. I was dating a lot before I got married. Being in my 30s, I was dating a lot of career women. I dated this one woman. She told me she was a psychoanalyst. Turns out she was not an analyst. Someone explained it up front. She was psycho. These are going to get harder as we go along. That was an easy one to get you on board early. The difficulty level goes up from here. Help your friends out whenever it needs to happen. My car insurance went up this year. I thought it was supposed to go down once you get married. Apparently not if you marry the road warrior. My wife is not a good driver. I'm not saying women are bad drivers. I'm saying my wife, bad driver. She doesn't pay attention when she's driving. She turns into Mark Twain when she gets behind the wheel, starts telling stories instead of driving. She's like, guess what happened yesterday? Remember that lady I met at the DMV? Did I argue with? Yeah, I saw her at the grocery store. We got in another argument. What? Don't ask questions about the argument. Your job is to back me up no matter who is right or wrong. That's your job as my... When you said I do, it meant I do back you up, even if you were wrong. That's the whole thing. Like, you just went to a stop sign. And she'd be like, where? Oh, yeah, as long as you stop more than you start, they're cool about that. As long as you stop within 100 feet of the stop sign. Just explain that to the officer behind us and the third grader on the hood of the car, and sure they both understand. Saw an advertisement last week, though, for a company said they could insure me for a fraction of what I've been paying. Unfortunately, that fraction was 5/3. That was a math joke. That was a tough one. That's the high difficulty level. Help your friends out on that one. That's a good one. My wife actually took me shopping to this place. I'd never been there before. How many people have heard of this place? It's called Lamps Plus. Have you ever heard? Anyone heard of Lamps Plus? Yes, in the back. Yeah, Lamps Plus. If you haven't guessed, it's a lamp store. It's gigantic. It's huge. It's like a Home Depot-sized place, but all they sell is lamps. That's just lamps. I don't know what the plus is for, because all I saw was lamps. That's it. Someone said that means they have a lot of lamps. I was like, I think that's what the S is for. I think that's... It wasn't lamp plus. It was lamps plus. And so I went there, and they have gigantic. It's thousands and thousands of lamps, right? It's huge. And the aisles are made up of lamps. Like, that's it. It's like floor lamps, table lamps, ceiling lamps. Every kind of lamp you could ever want is in this place. And I'm a guy. I don't need much lighting. I can use the light on my phone basically for everything. If I didn't, I wouldn't have an electric bill in my house. I wouldn't do that. I would just use my light on that and shine it at everything. But now that I've been to this place, if I need a lamp in the future, I'll go there. I'll go there. It is pretty cool. I'll admit it won me over. I would not want to work there, I'll tell you that. Could you imagine having the closing shift at Lamps Plus? Get a phone call. Hello? No, I'm not going to be able to join you guys at the movie. No, go without. It's going to take like 4 hours till I'm out of here. I've done the math. If I do one every 3 seconds, it's still going to be 4 in the morning. The morning guy's going to be here by that time. I don't even know why I'm doing it. He's going to open up. Wait, hold on a second. I just thought of something. Hold on. I'll be out front. Meet me out there. I'll be right there. I'll see you. I'm from the Midwest. I mentioned the South. Any other Midwesterners here? We're from Wisconsin. That is the Midwest. Congratulations. I did a show the other day. I was like, anyone from the Midwest? Someone was like, Arizona. I was like, no. You need to open your map one more flap. We're not in the middle at all. We're kind of west and south. Wish they had a name for that area of the country. Get out. I've had enough of you. That's been too much. I'm just teasing. Just teasing. I travel a lot for my job, and this is so nice. I love staying up on the mountain in the cabins. It's so fantastic, isn't it? So much fun. This is beautiful. I love this. I stay at a lot of hotels, a lot of bad hotels. As a comedian, that's how it works. And, I stayed at a place last week. When I checked in, they gave me a key. A key. Not a key card, a key. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, did I just win a car? Did I win a car? Did I win a car? They're like, no, that's your key. I was like, this is the key to the room? Is this a gas station? Why are you giving me a key with the thing? And I was like, and there was a keychain. It had the room number on her. I was like, oh, this is a great idea. This way, if I lose it, the person who finds it knows exactly where I'm keeping all my valuable stuff. This is fantastic. This is a great tradition you've kept alive here. Any decent place has switched to the credit card swiper key card thing, right? Yeah, any place still using a key is basically saying welcome. We haven't renovated in 45 years. Yeah, enjoy your stay. And the typewriter in our business center. Enjoy that. That'll be fun. You like that. And the fax machine. I'll tell you what, though. I like the key better. I got a key this week. I like the key. This is so much fun, having a real key. You know why? Because the key always works. Right? Never go up 10 flights of stairs with a key. No, never working. You know what I mean? That swiper thing never works for me. I walk, go up 10 flights of stairs. I get there. I got all my bags. Finally get down. I'm like, no, red, not going to happen. No, nothing. My wife's there. She wants to help out. She's like, you're doing it wrong. I'm like, what? She's like, you're doing it wrong. You don't swipe it. You just drop it in the slot and let go. You don't think I know how to operate a door? You think if you weren't here, I would just fall asleep in the hallway and not try anything else? Just drop it in the slot and let go. Oh, red. No. Okay, try and swipe it really fast. What happened to that last idea? We're just giving up on that? You expect me to move on without acknowledging that went nowhere, your last idea? Just swipe it really fast. No. Okay, drop it in, let go, and then don't look at it. What the hell are you talking about? Why would it matter if I was looking at it or not? That makes no sense whatsoever. I'm not looking at it. Is it working? I can see by the red in your eyes it's not working. It is not going. So you got to start over, right? You have to go all the way back down. You pick up your stuff. You go all the way back down. You get to the front desk, and they're never helpful, right? They blame you, like it's your fault. They're like, oh, it's not working. Did you put it near something? Like a magnet? A magnet? Did you say a magnet? Who do I look like, Wile E. Coyote? Where would I find a magnet between here and the 10th floor? No. Is there a magnet store here in the hotel? Then no, I did not put it near a magnet. Okay, did you maybe, I'll recharge it when I give it back to you, just don't put it in your pocket or anything. Whoa, I can't put it in my pocket? Why can't I put it in my pocket? Well, you know, you can't do that, or your wallet. I can't put it in my wallet either. Yeah, well, your wallet, you ever had the credit cards? Those will demagnetize it. Oh, really? Well, you should put a little note on here that says this does not play well with other things that look exactly like it. So don't put it in your wallet, don't put it in your pockets. The pockets either? Yeah, because you have your cell phone and change and coin. All those things will demagnetize it. Okay, well, I do need to get the key up to my room somehow. Do you have one of those Star Trek things that could zap it up there and I could meet it in the hallway up there? You're just being silly now, sir. That's ridiculous. I'm going to recharge it. When I hand it back to you, just hold it over your head, away from every other object on planet Earth, and then go ride the elevator like you're the Statue of Liberty. When you get to your room, just walk down to the hallway to your room. When you get there, just drop it in, let go, and don't look at it. What the hell are you talking about? Why would it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So silly. Thanks for coming to this retreat and yeah, not staying home this weekend or staying in your room. Well, I guess there's no TVs in the room, right? But you guys have TVs? Yeah. Show offs. Nice. What room? Silver Spar. Silver Spar. So, all right, that's where I'm going. No, I'm just teasing. I can't watch TV at all anymore. Every time I turn the TV on, Ryan Seacrest has a new show. Is anyone else sick of Ryan Seacrest? Yeah. I'm so sick of this. This guy was at the Olympics this year. What was Ryan Seacrest doing at the Olympics? He should be nowhere. He's not athletic. Anyways, all right, you can tell I'm angry at Ryan Seacrest. Here's the reason why. He took the job of my favorite person. He's got too many jobs. He used to do just American Idol. Now he does like 300 things a week. That's why unemployment is so high in the United States of America. Ryan Seacrest has everyone's job. He washed my friend's car last week. It's like, enough, Seacrest. Too much. I met him because he took the job of my favorite person in the history of the world. How many people remember this guy? He just passed away a couple years ago. How many people remember Casey Kasem? You remember Casey Kasem? Oh, almost all of you. Oh, fantastic. You guys, yeah, he used to do, if you don't remember, he used to do the American Top 40 countdown. He'd do it every single week, right? Now that's one of Ryan Seacrest's jobs. He does it, right? He does 100 things. And the best part was when Casey Kasem used to do it, he had this thing that the Ryan Seacrest doesn't do. In the middle of the countdown, it was called the long distance dedication. Yes, you remember? It was the best. If you don't remember, here's what happened. A normal person like yourselves would take time out of their busy day to handwrite Casey Kasem a letter, telling him a sad, this is before email, write him a letter telling him a sad story, and at the end, request that he play a song for someone in hopes that that person was also listening on that bullshit day when he pulled the bullshit letter out of the bullshit. No one was going to, there was no way everyone was going to listen at the same time. It was never going to happen. But it was always the saddest story that you ever heard, right? It was always like, now it's time for our long distance dedication. Bill from New York writes, Dear Casey. Casey, my grandpa was my hero. He was an American hero as well. He fought in Korea and lost his leg there, but he wasn't bitter about it. In fact, he had an excellent sense of humor. I'd go over to his house on the weekends, and he'd take off his prosthetic leg and let me hide it about the house. He'd hop around for hours trying to find it. Oh, the fun we had. After dinner, we'd go into the backyard, and he'd hit me wiffle balls with it till the sun went down. Casey, last year he died, but he's still my hero. Casey, could you please play Kenny Loggins' Footloose? One more? Okay. Carl from Milwaukee writes, Dear Casey. Casey, my wife just left me, and I couldn't be happier. Casey, I'm so glad she's gone. She took everything and moved down to Atlanta. You think I'd be sad, but when I met her, she told me her name was Kimberly. It turns out it was Satan. She took my kids, she took my car, she took all my money, and she moved down there to the Peach State. You think I'd be sad, but I'm not. I'm going to start my life over. Casey, could you please play Charlie Daniels' The Devil Went Down to Georgia? Thank you. One more? Okay. Bill from Ohio writes, Dear Casey. Casey, my family grew up poor. I had to share a room with my brother and a bed. It wouldn't have been that bad, but he was a bedwetter. Casey, I can't tell you how many nights I woke up feeling a warm liquid seep onto my side of the bed. As you can imagine, it led to a lot of fights. When I moved away to college, I never looked back. I realize now it wasn't his fault, and I feel bad. Casey, could you please play Wham's Wake Me Up Before You Go Go? Well, here you go. Good catch on the creamer. I saw that from up here. That was fantastic. I saw you got it right on the thing. It was great. So good. You guys missed it, but there was a fantastic play at third base over there. I am a cancer survivor as well. You know, I got diagnosed, 10 years ago, 11 years ago now, and they gave me a worst case scenario of 5 years, and that's 5 years past that, but I'm here now. And yeah, so that's very lucky, and again, that there's nothing better than coming to these events and hearing the other stories and everything. It just gives you such a dose of perspective and just realize you're not alone and everything that everyone else goes through and really makes it, all of it much easier and seeing the people who've that had it much worse and that they've survived, it really, yeah, I think it makes you really strong. So thank you all who've shared your stories. One of the things that when I got diagnosed, I had not been on Letterman. I have since been on Letterman. I'm going to spoil that for you. But there is a documentary called Dying to Do Letterman if you want to check it out. It's got some very funny comedians that are famous in it. David Letterman's obviously in it. Brian Regan, Kevin Nealon, a bunch of people I'm forgetting. But it's on Netflix and Amazon, and you could check it out. And you'll like it, I promise. A money-back guarantee. And like I said, it's awesome to come to events like this, and you realize there's good years and bad years as you go on, and you can market. I know we were talking. 2013 was an awful year for some people. By this time last year, I had already been arrested. Oh, too early for that story. We'll come back. We'll use in the getting arrested part of this show, and. Yeah, that was too early to spring that on you guys. The one thing right, is if they find cancer, anyways, my cancer started in my intestines, and it was stage 4. It spread to my liver, and so I had surgery, and they took that out. But one of the things, of course, they start checking all the time for it coming back or spreading and going anywhere else. And so one of the places that they check as a man that I got checked for last year was for testicular cancer. Now, good news. Everything came out clean down there. But then the doctor gave me a take-home test to do on my own every 6 months. Now, man, if you haven't seen this, it says some strange things on the take-home test. Okay, like number 1, check for lumps. Okay, 1, 2. All right. All present and accounted for. All right. Number 2, check for discoloration. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not sure what color they are supposed to be. I don't know if there's like a Home Depot color swatch test. You can, no. Oh? No. Oh, there we go. Huh. Salmon suede. Here's the thing, man. Easy to check yourself up on top. You can glance down and see if there's a problem. Much harder to examine yourself back up underneath. I mean, if I could bend over that far, cancer would not be my problem. So what I'm saying is, men, the only way you can examine yourself back up underneath is you can find like a tilted floor-level mirror. Long story short, that's how I got arrested at Lady Foot Locker. All right, that's my time. You guys are fantastic. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for coming out. Sorry, thank you for letting me come and make you laugh. Thank you for everyone who helped put this together. Of course, Suzanne and everyone else. You guys are awesome. Thank you.